I'm Roger Sanchez, and I'm probably best known for very, very long sets and sexy house music.
Time doing the sets. Why do you do it, first of all, Roger?
Somebody's got to do it. Might as well be me.
You don't want to just turn up 2 hours, turn up with your records, your CDs. And
well, you know what? I think especially when I do my own parties, like Release Yourself, it's very much an expression of me and my connection with the crowd. So for me, being able to play for that length of time means I get to take the crowd on a journey, and I get to play a lot of different styles of house music, not just one thing. And I really, really enjoy them. And the thing is, I really get into it, and I can feed off of the crowd and really get a great sense of where they're from, where they want to go to, you know, and it makes a big difference. And it's a bit of an old school way of doing it because that's the way I started out, but it's the kind of thing that works for me.
Tonight, Release Yourself. How many years here since?
I'm in.
2000.
I started Release Yourself at El Divino in 2001. I've been here 6 years in Pacha. Since the year after that, I moved to Pacha.
And it's like the cornerstone, isn't it?
This is what I call the flagship.
Yeah.
Ibiza during the summertime is the center of the dance music universe. Everybody comes here. It's like the Mecca. So I think having a place like Pacha as the home for Release Yourself is perfect. And for me, the fit with Pacha has always been a fantastic one. So I feel very much like this is my second home.
It works well as well, and you've got that atmosphere in there where people can release themselves.
Absolutely.
What's the thesis behind the night?
Well, for me, it's always been about making the music provide an escape. Letting that be the reason for you to let go of everything. Releasing yourself is basically letting go of anything that holds you back, puts you down, just letting the music carry you away. And that's what I try to create an environment where people can just come here, forget about anything that may be troubling them, and just really, really live the night.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Give to people starting out now, because for DJs it's not good enough to just throw some CDs in a bag and turn up to a gig. You've got to be a CEO of a record company. You've got to, you've got to be able to travel and be international.
Well, the thing is that the game itself has changed over the years. I mean, it isn't enough just to turn up and play records. That's okay for a certain, level. But if you really, really want to become an international person, you've got to make records, release records. Being a CEO of your own label isn't as difficult as it used to be, because a lot of people are just doing stuff on the internet now. But it really is a matter of being very motivated, self-promotion, and really taking the time to do things to make yourself different from everybody else. You have to stand out from the crowd, and presentation is important. There's a lot that goes into it, but it's really, really worth it. But if you love the music, you've got to love the music. That has to be priority. It's
not about the fame game.
That'll come if you put your time in and you spend, you do what you have to do, but you gotta love the music, because otherwise you won't have the longevity.
And also playing at Pacha, with the setup there, kind of glamorous booth, you can see the whole main room. How does that affect your style, the setup that they've got up in the booth?
Well, the good thing is being able to see the crowd means I can interact with them a lot easier. And that always depends on what the crowd is feeling. It'll direct my set. You know, there's some nights where the crowd likes a little funkier, a little more techy, a little more electronic, a little more tribal, whatever. And being that close to the crowd, I can respond and kind of move with them.
Get the crowd going.
It's kind of, there were secrets, you know. I can't really tell you.
Go on.
But you know, I definitely like working with 3 CDJs. The EFX 1000 is probably a very, very important piece because it allows me to create dynamic effects and kind of create these big build-ups and breakdowns and allow me to really work with 3 decks and create different things. I always layer acapellas and 2 copies of a track. I cut back and forth. Like I said, my technique is a mixture of dance music and hip hop, so I have a bit of that technique, and it keeps it exciting for the crowd.
And you can chop things up, mix things up. And people are talking about doing live re-edits, you know, this kind of thing.
I mean, a lot of what I do is very live. I may find a snare and, you know, put that on a hot cue and re-trigger it. So I'll create my own drum rolls. I create loops. I loop on the fly constantly. So I'm constantly creating something, you know, take one little piece of a record, an 8-bar, and then create a beat out of that, and I'll fly and I can come up with something else and effect it with something else. Creating tracks all the time. Stealth Records is doing very, very well. Well, we've got a lot of new artists. People like Jesse Garcia, who's opening for me tonight, and he's got some brilliant electro flavored tracks. You know, Tom Deneve, waiting for some solution for it. I've got my new release of Volume 6 compilation out now, and people like Tom Stefan are collaborating with us, so it's really, really good.
Yeah. Lots of stuff in the pipeline. And I heard a whisper about a film that you're involved in. What's that? Tell us.
Well, I'm still waiting for them to get all the finances together, but there's a movie called Johnny Postal. Okay. And they've asked me to play the bad guy.
Oh, really? You're going to act? You've done that before? You've done a bit in your videos?
I've done a little bit years ago as an extra, but I think there'll be something feature film-wise, so I'm contributing a couple of tracks to the film, and then the guy thought that I had the perfect fit.
The bad guy.
So, the bad guy.
That's the interesting
Always the bad
part.
guy.
Well, no, that's good. I can see you.
I like being the bad guy in film.
Yeah. And in real life?
I'm the nice guy.
You seem really, you know, very approachable as a superstar DJ. A lot of them, they seem to have a persona that, you know, come and talk to me. I'm too busy.
I don't believe in that, creating a false persona. I am who I am. Sometimes it's easier to talk to me because I'm right there, but I don't have this like I'm better than you mentality. There's no need for that.
Maybe that's why I got a lot of fans, and that will give you the longevity as well. And it's been a pleasure to meet you, Roger.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for your time.